I haven't even done that bit yet. There we go. We haven't had a chance to discuss it or anything. That was chaos. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. We're gonna make stuff up.
We have got a list of things. Or I haven't. Remember, I put it in the chat that you ignored.
I don't.
Was it the rugby?
That's gonna be on the chat on the list. Yeah, there's stuff on. It's in our chat. You could have a look on your phone, couldn't you? Hello, H. H.
Yeah, but I look on my phone and you tell me after looking at my phone.
Flipping Twitch, have I? Oh no. Oh, I got to log in with a bloody code to my email. Oh my god.
No, we are live because H is watching.
Hi, Hannah.
Hello. So Hannah, I didn't think you were calling me Hannah. That would have been weird.
Yeah, that would have been strange. Yeah. Okay. We are good.
I'll tell you what,
I've just found it. I've just found the discussion topics. The first one is brilliant.
I actually can't remember what they say. I'm not going to look, so it'll be a nice surprise.
It's really made me giggle because it's a callback to last week.
I do love a good callback, Steph. You may have noticed. My entire comedy career was based on callbacks. And upsetting people.
Well, yeah.
I like a callback. It makes the audience feel clever. That's why it works. Because they're like, oh, I remember that thing from before, and I'm laughing at it, which means that I'm clever because I've remembered a thing. That's why it's funny. Deconstructing comedy, I find, is the best way of making it work.
Do you find that when people explain the joke to you, it gets funnier?
I enjoy it more.
Oh, good. I especially enjoy it when a man sits me down to explain said joke and pats me sympathetically on the knee.
Yeah, I like it if, while he's doing the explaining, he's got one hand on the small of my back without consent.
and conversing solely with my breast.
That's how I prefer to get my tips on comedy from people who don't actually do it professionally.
I never did that, Steph, in my defence.
What I love most about having a joke explained to me is the bottom pat as he sends me on my way to the kitchen to make a celebratory sandwich of his comedy genius.
There are so many comedians that you're talking about there.
Yeah.
I had I was in the pub yesterday because we were doing a workshop. I know, but I wasn't drinking. We were doing a workshop upstairs in the theatre above the pub.
Boring.
So, but I was just on a break, and it was weird because there were two separate old men in the pub when I arrived there and later on, who came to shout across at me, "Oh, I like your hair. It's really good." And I was like, that's weird. Not nice, I guess. But the second guy who did that was sat on a table across from me. This is a small story. And I was sitting with about 3 or 4 other people. And he was like, "Oh, I like your haircut. That's really good, that is." And I was like, thanks very much. And I was like setting up Facebook events on my phone because I'm a, girl boss. And so he started talking to my friend who was there, and he was like, "Oh, what was all that noise from upstairs then?" And my friend was like, "Oh, we're just doing a workshop. It's like improv comedy." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I do comedy on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh no." And he was like, I can't remember the full conversation, but it was something like, "Oh yeah, and he said a really exact amount of minutes of comedy of him on YouTube, and he said like, "Oh yeah, because I was at this night with Jim Davison. Do you know him?" And I was like,
"Oh no,
no."
Oh no, that's
It
not
was so bad.
comedy.
And he was, and then we thought that we were like, right, we better get going back anyway. And he was like, oh yes, I came second in the Devises comedy competition 2007
Out of 2 people.
in all of Devises, and we were like, oh, well done then, like just backing off, like, well done. I'm just gonna. It was something.
I wish I had the confidence to stop backing out of conversations and just go, I no longer wish to talk to you. And
Yeah,
just
and
leave.
forcefully enter,
Yeah.
like exit by the front door. Not, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, let them get halfway through a sentence and just go, no, you no longer interest me, and just leave.
I wish I'd had the confidence to be like, Jim, no, sorry, I terminate this.
I'm just checking that we're starting in a bit off the screen because I feel we've already started. So we've started. Carry on because I was enjoying that conversation.
Yeah,
I feel you need to get it off your chest.
Yeah, it was just a bit weird because and he was talking a lot and like to a group of like 4 or 5 like people who would be perceived as women, shall we say. Like, and instead of asking us about what we were doing, he told us a lot about his life as a comedian. Well, as a man who does comedy, which I think is a distinction.
He does comedy.
A man who thinks he does comedy in the vein of Jim Davison, which, as we know, is simply just some racism. A little bit of misogyny. A sprinkling of probably homophobia, I imagine.
Misogyny bay.
Yeah, just a little misogyny bay.
It was always the worst thing about doing stand-up comedy was when someone would come up to you after the gig and go, I enjoyed that. Here's one for...
I do comedy, yeah.
Here's one for you. Oh, God, this is going to be something offensive.
I think it's like, yeah, and it's like people going, oh, you could use this in one of your little bits. I went to the shop the other day, and it said that there was an unexpected item in the bagging area, and actually, there was not. There was not. And I said to the woman, I said, "There's nothing unexpected in my bagging area," and she just shook her head. You can put that in one of your little bits. And you're always like, thanks, yeah, thanks.
That's happened far too many times to you, hasn't it?
Yeah. And also, the thing is, it's quite sweet, but like, whenever you tell people that you do voiceovers, there's always someone who's like, oh, I do voices. And it's like,
That's not the same thing.
Don't do the voices. And here they come. He can do like a Bugs Bunny impression or something. And it's like, oh, it's always impressions of people. And it's like, yeah, I don't actually do any. I mean, the only impression I can do is of a like now retired Radio 4 presenter. So I can't. But they never stop. It's always like there's been at least 2 barmans in my life since I started doing voiceover who've been like, oh, I can do and then they do like some weird Russian accent or something, and it's like,
or they go, I do a mean Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Yash. And that's like, it. That's it. Yash.
Finish. Yeah. And it's like, oh God. Yeah.
I see you also do a mean Sean Connery.
I'll just be like, yes, me also.
Oh, we've just shot up in viewers for some reason.
Oh, hello.
And hello everyone. And Lloydie J. Lloyd is here.
Lloyd is here.
The phrase I hate is you can use that in your improv. And I just say, that statement doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they look at me as if I'm the stupid one.
Right?
That's the opposite of improv.
Yeah.
You know what phrase I used to hate more than anything was, I don't normally find women funny, but you were all right.
Oh, it's so. Oh.
I genuinely, I remember having this conversation with Rob the once that I was like, can we interview the crowd as they walk in the building and say, name 5 female comedians? And if they can't, you don't let them in the room because they're not allowed in. Because we don't want the likes of you here.
Yeah.
It's really weird, isn't it? Because I feel like you forget that, like, outside of our little bubble of like nice people, there's quite a lot of twats, like outside. I forget how many there are, and then you're on Twitter or something, and they're like, oh well, you know, women aren't funny, and it's like, oh god, there's people like you are alive, and I forget because I don't talk to people like you.
I thought you were just a warning from another timeline.
Yeah, I thought that you were just a relic of a bygone age, but no, you're here and you're breathing.
No, it turns out we're the timeline that all the other timelines are warned against.
We're the ones they fear.
Are we that thing in Loki?
Oh shit, I haven't watched it, but I've heard that there's different timeliney things. Because there was that time, if you recall from a previous podcast, where I made eye contact with Tom Hiddleston and made that face that one time. Maybe that was a Loki time shift thing.
Do the face.
I can't. I have to get in the moment to really.
We've got time.
Right. So the bar,
so you're
like
there.
A circle like that.
Yeah, you're a young Hannah Torrance.
That's not my name, but I wish it was.
You're a young Hannah Platz. You're a young Hannah Torrance, right?
Hannah got married.
Hang on, very, very important. Do you want just normal smiley Tom Hiddleston? Do you want?
Oh, are you gonna?
Do you want?
It was quite a neutral.
Loki,
are you
neutral face?
Or do you want Daddy Hiddleston?
Steph, are you doing Tom Hiddleston?
No, I'm not doing Tom Hiddleston.
No, she's getting a photo ready.
I'm going to get a photo of him. I'm just going.
His face was quite neutral, but like his eyes were quite intense.
So not goofy Hiddleston.
No,
not
like,
Daddy Hiddleston.
I'm leaning on a bar.
Hiddleston.
I'm talking to people.
Okay.
Yeah, like professional. Like on the cusp of Daddy Hiddleston, but not there.
I found it. I found the picture.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're on the bar.
I went. I've got it. Oh.
So.
Daddy Hiddleston.
You're on the bar. You're
on stream.
I don't see it myself.
This is the most fun.
I don't see it myself.
You don't need to. I'll see it for you.
Right. You're on the bar, right? Well,
Yes.
you're not on the bar. You're leaning against the bar.
I was in a professional setting.
So in a professional setting, were you sober or were you?
Yes, because I was working technically.
Right.
But it was
okay.
a fancy do. It was like real. It was for like the Queen's Jubilee.
Oh.
So it was like fancy. Yeah.
So what are you
like
wearing?
Are
you?
does he need to be in
I'm
a
wearing
suit?
a
This
velvet
is
dress.
royal.
Okay.
You are in
I'm wearing a black velvet dress, right?
Okay, right.
Does he need to be in a suit then to match?
He was in a suit. Yeah.
Right, hang on. I need
Like a dark suit.
A dark suit.
Can't believe I'm putting this much effort in just to see me do a weird face.
It better be worth it after all this.
It's
I think I found it.
okay, yeah. So I'm here and I'm talking to my friend Alison.
Can I just check? Steph, have you got these pictures off the internet or from your
on
own?
Google Images. They are not just a bank of Hiddleston
Folder on.
Wanted to check.
My memory stick.
Oh no, I've just seen that like me and Hannah couldn't get married because we'd have the same name.
Yeah, that would be.
No, you wouldn't. You could just double barrel it.
We
so
could
one
double
of you-
barrel.
Yeah.
Hannah, we can double barrel. We're gonna be fine.
I mean,
But double barrel the other way round, obviously. Because if you were both Torrance Platts, it wouldn't work, would it?
Both
That
of
would
you don't
still be
have
the
to
same.
double barrel it. One could just remain Torrance or Platts, and the other one
Could
could
be Torrance
become
Platts and Platts Torrance.
Platts Torrance and Torrance Platts. Yeah.
But anyway, this isn't getting us to the
Anyway.
Hiddleston face.
Yeah. So I said to my friend Alison, "Oh my god, Loki at your 6 o'clock," because he was behind her.
So what
Because I
hairstyle
was
have
being
you got?
very
Tiny-
professional.
Loki is 6.
This
Loki
was,
is
like,
6.
the year 2012, so he was still quite fresh faced and like.
Oh, I don't know whether I've got the right one then. No, we'll go with it. We'll commit.
Okay, yeah. I think it'll be fine. So, and I looked over her shoulder at him, and I didn't realize, obviously, when I made eye contact that I was going to make eye contact. I was going to just look at him, but he was looking in my direction at the time. So I locked eyes with him.
With luck.
Right, so
Okay.
let me do the turn.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is the right kind of era, right? Yeah. So I looked and I went. And I went, I have to leave, and I ran.
It was definitely worth it, wasn't it? It was definitely worth the effort.
You know what? He talks about that still, I reckon.
I hope so.
He goes,
yeah,
was it this Jubilee thing? And this girl
probably
looked at me and had a face, and I don't know what I did wrong. But like,
he probably gets people doing like weird faces like him all the time, but he probably didn't expect it in the context of like the Queen's birthday or whatever. No, the Queen's Jubilee event. Like,
I'll be honest, weird faces is probably the least of his problems while ladies are concerned.
yeah, to be fair.
I reckon there's a lot of unconsensual.
Probably touching. I didn't
I don't know
touch
how
him.
to describe it.
So I think
Did
I'm
you
quite
smell
proud
it?
of myself.
Consensual.
Amazing.
I didn't get close enough to smell him because I was too scared after the face. I was like, I have to leave, Alison.
I imagine he smells amazing.
I bet he smells really good, yeah. Because he's in isn't he in some perfume ad or something? He's probably got really expensive, like.
Should we find out?
And today on Snack Corner, which is a staple part of my part of the podcast, we've got fucking buttons.
Oh!
A top tier snack.
A top tier, not god level snack, but a top tier snack.
Top tier. Mm.
I had to go I had to go to Stafford this afternoon to deliver some training. So I had to drive back from Stafford, which is why I was like getting back to set the stream up, because I was still all kind of flustered and. But I got back and Fee being amazing.
Which we know she is.
A twirl. Just a twirl waiting for me.
Oh, that is like, yeah, that's my go-to like chocolate bar. A twirl.
I do like a twirl.
Because
I had a real urge to spin in my chair then
fingers-
and stop myself.
the two fingers, excuse the thing, it makes it feel like you're getting more for your money. Do you know what I mean? Instead
Yeah.
of just a single, like a whisper.
Like a
feels like-
bounty, because you've got two little bars.
Two little bits, it makes you feel like you've got more somehow.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons
I
why I
love
love
the
Twix. But people really rag on the Twix bar, and I don't understand.
I like a
why.
white Twix.
I find
Oh,
a Twix
white
too
Twix.
much.
I don't know whether that makes me a racist. Like, I feel like me putting that on the internet might get people talking. Controversial.
Just starting conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find a Twix is quite a lot. Like,
Twix is nice when you bite the ends off, dip it in your tea,
Oh.
use it as a straw.
oh yeah.
Now we're
You
talking.
can do that with a penguin, but it just feels a bit too wide. Like,
I do like doing it with a penguin though.
I bet you do.
Oh, come on!
Can anyone clip that?
No clipping. No.
Context clips. Yeah.
Oh wait, Hannah, I have not tried caramel buttons, but they sound delish.
Caramel
nice, but
buttons?
Are they
They get
nice?
a little bit sickly after a while.
Caramel
you've gotta
buttons.
ration yourself. Caramel
Yeah.
buttons. Have they got caramel on them or
In them.
in them? Okay.
Caramel
On
buttons.
or in.
On them or in them?
It was like when you first presented with the
Could be
when you
two
first
of them.
presented with the chocolate hobnob, and you're thinking anything get better than this, and
No.
then someone come along and put toffee inside the chocolate hobnob.
See,
Oh,
I've
Nice. I've
problem
not
with
had
it.
them.
oh,
I've got a problem with it because when you bite into a biscuit, you need that like,
Oh, but it's chewy.
but it doesn't. It goes and then it hangs on, and now I've got to pull at a biscuit. That's not what. No, that's not what a biscuit
That feels
does,
dangerous in a tea and biscuit situation.
oh no,
It's like
they're
that's gonna
brilliant
crumble.
for tea and
I
biscuits.
feel
Are they
like
good?
I feel like
Yeah.
you dip it and then it'd crumble, but then it'd hang, and then you'd have this slow, like cheese pull situation
Bungee jump.
where you'd be like, do I save it? Do I let it go?
Yeah.
There's
At what
a chance,
point do I
there's a
wave
chance
goodbye?
your reflex is going to go, and then Granny's going to get slapped in the face with a biscuit. Like,
The
I think it's a health and
downside.
safety risk, Dave.
They're brilliant, so I don't care what you say. The downside is when you look on the back of the packet, and I think they're 107 calories each.
Well, there's your mistake. Dave.
In it, you never
you
look
go.
at the back of a packet.
And you
Oh,
think,
Lloyd
I've
is saying
just
the
had
best dunker is
12.
a ginger nut. It has the structural integrity to hold the tea, and then, upon eating, disperse the flavour. I think that's like pretty accurate. I do love a
feel-
ginger nut.
I feel
Mm.
like Lloydie is sat there with a clipboard and many biscuits. That was,
I would
too
do that.
scientific an answer.
Lloydie, if you're doing biscuit analysis, can I join in, please?
Feel like
I
he
would like
secretly
that.
works some at Vitty's.
Hannah wants to
Although
see the
other
study
biscuit
notes as
companies
well.
are available.
We keep saying that when we get to the 50 followers, and we
Yeah.
have to do like extra little streams. That can be one of our streams. We'll do a biscuit rundown.
Oh yeah,
We'll do some
and we'll,
scientific.
dunk them. Yeah, we'll do like a comprehensive scientific study of biscuits. I'd be up for that.
Got to ask a question,
Yeah.
Right.
which is the first one on our list. Where is Adam? And is the crop growing well?
I am pleased to report that the crops are fully bedded in,
Yes.
ready
We are.
for spring. It seems that the god of winter has been appeased by Adam's sacrifice. It's been a bit chilly, but I think not enough to say that it's the wrath of yeah.
Personally, I was
Of
worried when
Pan.
this storm happened. I didn't know whether it was a sign from the gods.
Yes.
But
I
it
was
seems
driving
like
home
we're
in
gonna
the
be
storm
okay.
and forgot about there being a storm, and then I was driving home like, oh, this is quite, and then I thought, oh, this is good actually, because the pump's broken on my washers on my car, so if it's raining, I can actually see where I'm going, so it's actually fine.
Oh. So if anything,
If anything, it was like a boon. If anything, the gods went, oh, thank you for that sacrifice of your good friend. Here, have this boon.
Yeah, I feel like that is the only logical
yeah.
explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the next question is, where is Mike? And is this pleasing or displeasing the gods?
Well, we were worried when there was rumours of a storm. We thought we might need a second sacrifice.
Have we done enough? is
Mike's
what we
been
thought.
sat on an unlit pyre for the last 2 weeks. We really should go release him.
The problem is, I don't know about you, but I'm nervous because you don't know if the batteries in his chair are going to explode.
Well, yeah.
That's actually
We're going to
dangerous.
use Lin-Manuel Miranda's cutout as lint.
We're all going straight to hell.
They've got the best music.
Go. Don't collect £200.
We won't need lint, it'll already be on fire. Sorry. As I said it, I went, Hannah's got a mouthful of tea. Don't spit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't spit live on the internet, Hannah.
Come on.
I just feel that I should leave.
Why?
Leave you two to it.
I'll give you a text in half an hour to turn the stream.
Yeah, be like, can you switch us off now? We want to
Yeah. I want to go to bed.
But the next item on the list is Hannah Platt's Torrance.
You went to call a Torrance again,
I did,
didn't you?
yeah. I'm
the
tired.
same
I've been to
person,
Stafford. Horses.
Have they reached the 1980s yet?
Oh, right. So I had to
Still
go to
listening
this.
to Duran Duran.
I had to go to this little village.
Oh.
You know Nosal.
Yes.
or Gnossel.
Gnossel, yeah.
Gnossel.
It's spelled Gnossel, but everyone calls it Nosel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's near McCuntleth.
No, it's not.
It's not. And stop saying it.
Well, Nosel is like the London to it. This village is Bilston. Like this village was even
Oh
smaller.
my God. Or is it just like one house?
Kind of, yeah. So I went to this place where I had to get I had to do the training, and I get on the Wi-Fi, and of course I can't get on the Wi-Fi because no one knows the Wi-Fi code, so that's okay. It's all right, I think. I'll hotspot to my phone. I'm a techie, know what I'm doing. Use H+. You can't even get 4G there.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was just like the proper back of beyond. And I'm a proper city boy as well. I don't do the country.
If you haven't got data, you're just like shut
Yeah,
down.
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't compute.
Because straight away, I'm about to go in and do some training, and I'm thinking, well, if I've got H+, is that enough for me to put into my sat-nav that I want to get home after, and for it to guide me?
Yeah.
However,
I've had that trouble before.
yeah.
I
However,
had to pull into a shopping centre and get on their Wi-Fi to get the map up so I could get home because I was lost. Anyway, as you were.
I've done exactly that.
I had to park really near the door so I could
Yeah.
get on the Wi-Fi.
or just stand outside.
Just be like... and then get back in the car. Like, okay. Anyway.
But because it's country bumpkins and it's all like, you know, little villages, I just said to my sat nav, take me here. I'm not going to worry too much about it. And when you look at the
That
map,
doesn't sound very Dave Pitt.
when you look at the map, you could take a main road that goes like that and then that to where you're
Right.
going. But the sat nav went, oh, why do that when you can do that?
Oh no, but
that-
was it like a farm track?
Yeah, right. So I'm there in my little Suzuki Alto going down, and it's literally the width of a car. It's that bit where like there's that many cars gone over it. It's sunk in on the sides, and there's grass in the middle.
Grass in the middle. I was
And
gonna
I'm
say
like,
that, yeah.
my car does not have a great amount of ground clearance. I don't like this. And then there's potholes. So then I'm kind of like, my car's going down the pothole because the potholes are bigger than my car.
Right.
Went past one, fucking Bear Grylls is in the middle of it filming a series. Right, it's that big. Then you've got, how many fucking people in the country have got dogs?
Yeah, everybody.
The fucking dog walkers, just like...
Yeah, because people get a dog, so they'll go walking because they have to justify the walking because they live in the country.
They're like, well, we've moved here for some reason.
So yeah, I don't really want to go outside. We'll get a dog, so we have to.
I've
My next door
started...
neighbours just opened a dog groomers in their shed.
Wow.
It's like permanent dogs all day. It's great. Carry on.
When I go walking, it's usually to go to the shops, or
Yeah.
or I justify having mini fish and chips from the chippy by saying
nice.
I've walked there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like when I go to physio, I think, I've earned a McDonald's. Yeah.
You walk to the chippy, which is 50 yards up the road, and you've burnt off all the calories of the mini fish and chips.
That's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. But yes, going down this fucking country road was like proper scary. So coming back, the sat nav was going, go down this country road, and I'm like, no way,
Fuck off. I won't.
Doreen, you can get fucked.
I call her Brenda.
What is your sat nav called, Dory?
I call mine Brenda.
Yeah.
When she says things to me, I'm like, cheers, Bren.
Which sat nav do you use?
Google Maps, mate.
I sometimes use Google Maps, but I'm a Waze man.
Oh, a Waze man.
But Waze freaks you out sometimes by randomly changing the voice.
Yeah. My Siri
She's
started
not
doing
on
that
the iPhone.
sometimes. Sometimes it becomes a woman, and I'm like, this isn't what I asked for.
Waze as well. They sometimes do little things where there's like treats, and the last one, the last one was have your sat nav voiced by Boy George. And I'm like, you fucking hell, yes.
Yes, please.
So Boy George was telling me where to go, and then at the end of the journey he'd say, "You've arrived at your destination. Let's have some tea."
Oh, that's adorable.
But yeah, yes. I don't know why I was telling you that I went to that school. Country Roads, probably. I can't remember.
Because
I just want to sing the song now. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But what I wanted, go on.
No, go on. I've got my Siri set to the Australian man, because literally for the only reason that I like it when you ask him like what time Wagamama's closes, and he calls it Wagamama. And I just sometimes just ask him about it. I don't know if he might do it. Maybe
Give it a go. Give it a go.
Hey Siri, what time does Wagamama open?
One option I see is Wagamama on Hiker Street in Leicester.
Wagamama.
To try that one.
No. Yeah, and so that's the most fun. Wagamama.
Wagamama.
What I wanted to ask you, Hannah Platts Torrance.
Hi.
Red Dead Redemption 2 and horses.
Yeah, now this is a dangerous topic because my latest hyperfixation is Red Dead Redemption 2, and I have spent like nearly 90 hours of my life, because it tells you, playing this game since I bought it at like New Year kind of time. So like within the last month. So I am obsessed with it, and so if I start talking about it, I will bore you to tears, literal tears.
So,
but I can tell you specifically about my horses if you want.
1 second.
Yeah.
Steph, have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? I know, Steph, you played Assassin's Creed.
It's in a similar vein.
I've played a little bit of the first Red Dead Redemption. I just can't get into it.
I don't know what to, I don't know why, but I am literally obsessed with it to the point where I am dreaming that I am in Red Dead Redemption. Like, not that I'm in America in the Wild West, that I'm in the game. Like,
I feel like you need to put the controller down on it.
No, I can't. See, I can't. So, the thing is, as well, it's sad to talk about it when Adam's not here, because he's borne the brunt of this, because he's the only person I know who's completed it. So I have been going to him like, oh my God, this plot point. And he's like, yes. And he's been like waiting for me to get to a certain bit, which broke my heart into 10,000 pieces this week, so that I could like just feel the horror of it. I
haven't got that far. I
can't tell you, because I was literally crying at like 2 a.m, like, why? And Adam was like, I've been waiting for you to get to this bit, and I'm like, no. I'm obsessed, Steph. I know, and I can't explain it to you, but it's just like a hyperfixation thing where it's like, this is the only thing that matters to me now, is like that all of my cowboy friends are safe. And they're not gonna be, because I know they're not gonna be, but I need them to get out of here and get to Tahiti and live a nice life, maybe with some cows. I need them to be okay.
When you talk about your cowboy friends, you mean in the game? You don't actually have cowboy friends. Okay.
Yeah. They are my friends though, Steph. That's the thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So in the game,
I feel like this is a conversation for therapy, maybe.
I'm starting therapy, so it's fine.
Cool.
Yay,
in
therapy!
The game, yay! In the game, you have like horses, obviously, to get around the place, but you can like have a few in the stable that are like your horses, and you name them, and all of my horses are like beloved to me, and I love them.
Okay, so how many horses do you have?
Right, I've got 4 now.
Okay,
right.
I have 3.
Right.
What are your
yeah.
horses called, Dave?
So
Yeah.
the first
Horse
one.
one, horse two,
No.
and horse three.
No. The first one was named for me, and
Right,
it was
right.
Tennessee Williams that was named in the game.
Tennessee Walker is the first horse you get.
Oh, it might
Yeah.
be Tennessee Walker.
Yeah, come on, Dave, get it right.
Dave.
Not interested in that horse, right?
Why aren't you interested in that horse? What colour horse is it?
You're asking the
Kind of
wrong
piebald,
person.
isn't it?
It's what?
I think they're kind of like dark and white, like patches, like
Okay,
piebald.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I want
if
to paint a picture.
Okay,
Dave.
right.
Come
Hang on. If I close my eyes, Steph, I couldn't tell you what
You
colour
can't tell.
hair you two have got.
Even
I
me,
mean-
Dave.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know whether yours is blue or green anyway. So,
Well, it's both, so you win either way.
I mean,
Must-
Dave, that says to me you're a piss poor friend. Like, how many years have you
to be
spent
fair,
looking
though,
at
like-
my face, allegedly?
You say that,
And you
but
don't
my
know what
dad said to
colour
me the other
hair I've got.
day, I can't remember what your real hair colour is. Is it blonde? And I'm like, it's
I'm
that.
giving you half a head of a clue. Yeah.
father,
So, you know.
my second horse
Okay.
Yeah.
is called Ah.
No, it's not.
It is.
Capital letters.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've got capital letters, but he's called Ah.
Hey, what, just A's?
No, I think there's a couple of G's and
Like
some H's in there as well. Yeah.
ARGH,
Ah!
I just imagine you shouting across the heartlands of America. Ah!
Now my third horse.
No. What colour is
I can't remember. I'll get some screenshots and put them on the socials.
Okay.
I've got screenshots too.
You've got them prepared though, haven't you, Hannah?
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I've
have
got them on my
prepared.
Steam, so I can get them up on the thing if we want.
My third horse, I tried to give it a name and it wouldn't let me give it that name. It said,
Did you call it Burr?
no, it said it was swearing.
What did you want to call it?
Have you seen the film,
Oh, God.
The Man with Two Brains?
No.
No.
So there's two characters in there, and Steve Martin's character is called Dr. Hoffer. so I wanted to call my horse Hoffer, and it wouldn't let me. It said it was swearing.
Spell it.
It's look,
If you
it's
spell
actually
it F-U-C-K,
no.
that's wrong.
It's in the film, right? That.
I
No
can see you,
one
like
no.
writing to
I'm-
Rockstar Games, being like, "Dear Mr. or Mrs. Rockstar,
Have you
Miss,
guys done
dear,
seen the
Miss-
film
no,
The Man
no,
with Two Brains?"
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Games.
Yeah, Dave. Sorry.
Because obviously the first name is Rockstar.
Sorry. Yeah, I should have known that. I should have. That's
Right.
my bad.
Dear Mr. or Mrs. R. Games.
So Steve Martin's character is Dr. Michael Huffer, and it's spelled Hfuhruhurr.
Huff, 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 huff.
It does sound like somebody trying to obscure a swear word in the captions of like a TikTok video or something.
And then there's another character who's the woman he falls in love with. Don't watch the film; it hasn't aged well. It's got some very, very dubious morals. But the woman he falls in love with is called Anne Hermelmahay, and it accepted Hermelmahay. So my third horse is called Hermelmahay.
Hey.
Hey, because that's what he likes to eat.
No, it's just because I couldn't have Huffer.
Huff, huff, huff.
But yeah, don't watch the
What
film.
colour is Hamal Mahan?
I can't fucking remember, can I?
Hurts my heart that you're so dismissive of your horse companions. They're
but-
always there for you.
But I did take them to a stable and get the hair done and everything.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell us what colour it is, but
No.
like, yeah, it's been done.
So
I don't do that anymore because it's cursed.
Why?
Well, it's
What?
quite a long story. So my first horse is called Biscuits 2, right?
Hold
Oh,
on.
what happened to
Right.
Biscuits 1?
So when I started playing the game, I'm playing it on my like laptop, but with an Xbox controller, so it's like easier. But there wasn't like any obvious way of like saving the game, so and it kept auto saving. So I was like, oh, it must just be auto save, and you just go through, blah blah blah. And
Lost.
no, be careful. So there's this bit quite early on where you go down and you're like in a gang, like an outlaw gang, and there's this rival gang of yours. And there's this bit quite early on where you go over to their like hideout and are like just going to blitz them and get rid of them so that your feud can end. So you kill like everyone. And I'd done the mission so well. I did it really stealthily with like throwing knives, and I was like, this is really cool. And I did the whole mission. I nearly got killed, and then someone saved my life, and I was like, this is great. I was in the little cabin thing there, and there's this really cool shotgun on the mantelpiece, and I was like, that's cool. But when I picked it up, it dropped the gun I was holding, and I was still getting used to the buttons. So I was like, oh, but I want to keep both of these guns. Is there a way? So I'm like picking up a gun, putting down a gun. No. So I'm picking up a gun and I'm putting it. So I'm there for quite some time until the lawmen appear and are like, why is there 20 dead bodies outside this house? The ground is covered in blood. And I was like, shit.
And if we look through that window, there's someone
there's someone just picking up a gun and putting down a gun. Picking up a gun and putting down a gun.
Walking backwards
and so
forwards.
it was like, it was really stressful because like I hadn't encountered the police type people in it at all, so I didn't understand how any of that worked yet. So it comes up with like wanted murder on your thing, and they start chasing you, right? So I'm like, huh. So I got out and I got on Biscuits, and we like were galloping away through the trees, and I was like, oh, and the wanted sign came off, and I was like, oh, phew. Okay, I think I'm all right. And so I was nearly at the town by then. So I was just at this on a bit of road near, I could see the town. And I was like, right, I'm just going to have a little look in my satchel and see like what all of that was about. Did I pick up the right gun before I ran away? Like, I'm just sitting there. And I was like, what? Who is this? Why is that man got his gun drawn coming down behind me? And it was a lawman, and they were like, quick, get him, there he is. And they started chasing me again. So me and Biscuits ran, and we ran, but we weren't quick enough. And there were so many of them, and they shot Biscuits, right? And Biscuits is lying on the ground like, and I'm like, huh! And he died, and I was standing in front of Biscuits' dead body like, why have you done this to me? The horse did nothing wrong. He's not part of this. And then they shot me and killed me, right? So I'm dead.
But you regenerated and Biscuits didn't.
I respawned, but Biscuits remained dead. And I was like, oh, fuck. I have to go back to a safe game. I can't lose Biscuits. He's my first love, right? So, but I hadn't saved the game because I hadn't realized. And I had to like Google about, because in the menu, it says like player, and it just has like stats about your character, and I'm like, what? And then it has like progress, which is just like where you are in the story, and then it says story, and I didn't realize that clicking on story is where you go to save your game, because that feels like a stupid menu name, and I was like, that's not part of it. So I hadn't saved it, so I couldn't go back to get Biscuits back. Biscuits was just gone.
What I like is the fact that you use the phrase "my first love" and you've been married.
And I think that says everything about my life choices. So I swore then that I would save up enough money to get another horse and make, because I'd taken Biscuits to the stables, given him a cool, so he was like black with like spotty dapperly, and I gave him a white mane and tail, so he looked really cool. And then he was taken from me by the law, right? So like the long arm of John Law came and took him from me.
What we've established here is the law is a cruel bitch.
A cruel bitch who took my horse from me for no good reason.
I mean, there was a good reason.
I had killed a lot of people, but Biscuits wasn't part of that.
Well, Biscuits was your getaway car.
But
So,
he was just doing what I
essentially,
told him. He was
all
just
they've
following
done
orders.
was- yeah, but like, you know, when you drive in a Vauxhall Corsa away from a burglary, they sting your car.
I'm not entirely sure using the same defence as the Nazis is really viable. She said he was just following orders.
He was such a good boy. So then I vowed that I would get another horse and call them Biscuits too, and I did. I
And
saved
save
my
more often.
and now I save my game. So really, it was a learning curve for all of us, but especially Biscuits one.
Well, Biscuits one didn't really learn anything, did he? Because he didn't really have time.
He learned about injustice.
And also, I hate to break this to you, Hannah. Biscuits 1 and Biscuits 2 and whatever other horses were about to be introduced.
Are you about to say that they're not real, Steph?
I would never. But I'm glad that you've come to that conclusion on your own.
So anyway, now I've got Biscuits too. He's my good boy because he's a thoroughbred, so he's really quick. So when I need to be speedy, I ride Biscuits too. And
What other horses have you got, Hannah?
so thanks for asking. So so one day, me and Biscuits 2 were just going down this road, and we came across this
Sounds like a Tenacious D song.
me and my brother Biscuits here,
Travelling down a long,
long and lonesome road.
road.
And we came across a chain gang of prisoners. And as we approached them, two of the prisoners started arguing with each other. And then as the kind of like, I guess, overseer or whatever, like foreman person went over to be like, stop arguing, they shivved him and like escaped. And I was like, do you know what? Oh, like, well done. You can go. I'm not getting involved. It's not my fight to be a part of. And they were like, oh, you didn't see anything. And they ran off. So there was just like a dead, like, guard guy and the prison wagon, which had two
And then the
horses
lawman
attached to it.
came.
No.
Biscuits too.
This time, there were no lawmen. There was just
Okay.
me in a place.
You
with,
were
like,
the law.
I was kind of the law, but then it was like, well, there's these two horses here and this wagon, and there's no one to take them anywhere. They're just attached to this wagon. So if I leave, they're just going to be stuck there with nobody to drive the wagon.
So the overseer, as you called him, who's dead.
Know, like, he's dead, yeah.
Right, and I believe that overseer had was recently married and had got a very small child. But we'll carry on from that.
Okay.
Did you loot the body?
Do you know what, Dave? I did, yeah. So I think that times are hard, right, in the West. And if there's a dead body lying there, yeah, they are. Steph. So I think he's not going to use that pocket watch anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So if I can sell that pocket watch and buy food for my friends,
Is that the pocket
Well,
watch?
let's
and my
face it.
horse,
Is that the pocket watch that was handed down from his grandfather to his father to him, which he was going to hand down
wouldn't
to
know,
his
Jim.
his son,
Yeah,
who's
but if you're a dead guy,
currently only 4
it's
months
always
old?
time to be dead. What time is it? Still dead time. Like
still dead time?
You can't tell the time when you're dead.
It's
Dave.
dead time every minute when you're dead, Dave.
Yeah.
So if I can
Hannah's still
utilise
robbing
these
from the
resources-
dead. Let's not like brush over that. That's disgusting.
But the thing
But,
is, if people see you looting bodies, they get very angry, and that's happened to me quite a few times.
Well, yeah, because people have moral compasses. Hannah.
Yes, yes.
Something
But I
you
also
appear not
very
to
much
have.
like loot. The thing is, I'm very loot focused. So as an individual, so
Essentially, you're a magpie.
yes,
Shiny.
there were shiny things on the dead man, and so I took them. And then I was like, well, look at these horses. These are big chonkers. And so I did. You can do a thing where you like study them, so it comes.
That's
up
what
with
they're
their,
called
like,
in the
breed and
game,
everything.
Steph. They're called big chonkers.
Yeah, big
Big
chonkers.
chunkers.
But there were two, and one was a Suffolk Punch, and the other one was a Belgian draft horse. Right?
You're really into this, aren't you?
Yes. Now, one of my
I have to keep
previous
reminding myself that we're talking about a gang.
Yes. So
Because every so often I go,
Right.
oh God. Oh, no,
I'm
it's not
setting
it.
a timer so that I only talk about this for 5 more minutes because otherwise I'm doing it.
No,
Right.
no, keep
I
going.
don't know this much about my own children.
This is why I don't have kids, because I have cowboys instead.
It's the oldest one and the youngest one.
Hannah,
Point up.
you have pixels.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have cowboys. You have pixels.
I have pixels shaped like cowboys, Steph. What is the difference?
I mean, I could go into great detail.
So anyway, I looked at this horse and it was a Belgian draft horse, and I was like, because one
You
of
were
my
like,
because one of my previous hyperfixations back in first lockdown was people were sharing on Twitter this video of this massive fucking horse, right? And it was like the most beautiful horse you've ever seen. And it was like giant and it had these really fluffy feet. And I was like, I have to know more about it. So I went down a massive rabbit hole of like, what is this horse? What is going on? And it was a Belgian draft horse, right? And I learned all about them. And I found out that the biggest horse that has ever been was called Big Jake. And he was a Belgian draft horse. And he was like 23 hands or something crazy. Like it was like giant. And I found out all about his life and where he lived and like what his life was like, everything's to do. And I was like, Belgian draft horse. And so this horse was a Belgian draft horse. So I was like, I'm fucking having this. So I cut the horses free from the wagon and I got on this massive horse. And it's like a draft horse. So it's for like pulling stuff. And it's not meant for like, so he's big and slow is what I'm saying, and I love him. So I rode him. It's so far all the way to where the stables are for you to like sort of make him your horse, but I did it anyway. I was like chunk on this massive horse, and I called him Big Jim, right? All in capital letters.
Why didn't you just take the whole damn wagon?
Well, because at that point I hadn't unlocked the thing where you can sell wagons on. I have now, but like,
Couldn't you just kept the wagon at the stable till you'd unlocked it?
I don't think you can,
I
actually.
don't think you can, because I stole a wagon the other day and I left it at the camp and then it disappeared. So I think it doesn't let you do it. Yeah. 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 So he's called Big Jim and he's my big Belgian draft horse and I love him so much. I love him. And I was like, I freed him from a lifetime of like servitude to the prison system. I've tapped him on the back so that he ran off to live a life free in the countryside.
I mean, some would say you made a choice. You picked your favourite. You abandoned the other one.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But there wasn't anything I could do about it because I was like, I've got to have a Belgian draft horse because they're my favourite horse now, right? So then I had Big Jim.
This fucking horse.
I can show you a picture of him.
I just put in the chat. Look, guys, waiting list for therapy is long, and sometimes escapism is all you've got.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been waiting since August.
I got you, Hannah Torrance Platts.
Belgian.
Thanks, Hannah Torrance Platts Torrance.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, they're big. They're so chunky and they're so like silky looking. He's like kind of chestnutty color and he's got like a really like blonde mane and tail and I love him. I love him. He's called Big
I'm
Jim.
genuinely worried for you.
Yeah. I think I'm fine.
Like
the thing is, these things happen
you
like
look like that.
Yeah, that's like him. That's what he looks like. Look at him. Fucking love him, Big Jim. Me and Big Jim go on adventures.
I mean,
And it's really funny
when you
because
think
Big
that,
Jim is like
someone's
really scared
his
of
name.
when you see like snakes or like alligators and stuff. Jim is really scared, and when he gets scared, his little feet go. He does a little like, oh no, I don't like it.
Steph's face.
It's not real.
It is real. And he got so scared of an alligator that he threw me off into the river where the alligator was, and I was like, Jim! We had to run away.
Jim wasn't scared. He was trying to get rid of you.
Look, Jim loves me because I freed him from a
Those
lifetime of
pixels
servitude
love you.
to the Look, it's all I've got, Steph. I don't have anything other than the pixels. No one loves me, but the horse loves me in the game. Thanks, I know.
I was going to say we love you, but
You're not riding me, but like
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, it's all happening.
Um,
There's a great deal of time and money and man hours, people hours, staffing hours being spent animating horse shit.
yeah, it's very realistic.
There's a lot. Yes, there's a lot of horse shit.
I tried to find the link.
It's very
What?
Somebody
it's very realistic.
When you go around the town,
The
there's,
animation,
like, just
the
shit
sound,
everywhere.
yeah.
You can walk through it, and it goes like
You tether your horse,
yeah.
and then your horse just lets it go.
When he's had a big run, like when you've been running through the countryside, then afterwards he's just like, better do a big poop.
Like,
I'm a
no
horse.
no one would play Red Dead Redemption and get to the end of it and go, that was a great game. You know,
But
it was
my
lacking
horse
though.
never pooped.
Horse shit. Like, you can't tell me a horse hasn't done a poo in 90 hours. Like, no, sod off. That's stupid.
I have a saved video on my Nintendo Switch
Where are we going with this, Dave?
of my character in Animal Crossing doing a poo.
Why?
Yeah.
I found it amusing. Because
I don't like it when
Your
villagers
little-
have got
your-
like a toilet in their house, and you go in their house to be like, do you want this gift? And they're just sat on the toilet, and they'll just talk to you. They're reading a magazine a lot of the time. They're just like, oh hi, oh do you want this jumper? Oh there you go, yeah. Bye.
Really? No, that triggers me in ways.
Yeah, it's
I cannot
gross. I
describe
don't like it.
because I don't like being spoken to when I'm in the bathroom.
No.
Like, even if I'm in a bathroom, like at home or at my parents',
Yeah.
and like I am, you know, sat on the porcelain throne as it is,
yeah.
and
don't
then
talk to
someone
you.
goes, "Do you want a cup of tea?" No, I can't do anything.
Yeah, that's it. It's stopped.
Then,
yeah,
like, you've ruined my day.
yeah, I'm a shy pooper. I can't. If
Can't
there's a
do it.
fucking fly in the room, I can't do it.
What? Just in case it's Jeff Goldblum.
You know, it could happen.
Here's what you pulled
At least the fly's real, Steph. At least it's real. Unlike the
At
horses.
least Jeff Goldblum is real.
It's Jeff Goldblum. Oh man, imagine if it was. He just took the role too far, and after all this time, he's actually been a flop. It would explain why he goes when he talks. Like,
he does act in quite a flyish way. To be fair. Yeah, he's kind of doing this a lot, isn't he?
yeah,
Like his
I don't want to
hands.
start a rumour, but I think Jeff Goldblum's actually a fly.
Guys, you heard it here first. Goldblum's actually a fly.
He's a fly.
It was a documentary, not a film.
And if you just tilt yourself to the, let's see if I can get the door open. The cats are having a scrap over the hammock.
Oh my god!
Bearing in mind, there is another hammock here,
But they all want
That's
to
the
be
one
on
that
the
you want.
same
3
hammock.
feet away. It is a fluffier, comfier hammock. But no, they're going to
No.
fight over the same one. Because this is the sort of anarchy I live in.
Oh no, the ginger one's having a sniff there.
No, he's not. No, he's just...
His name is Milo.
Sorry.
No, they're back to scrapping.
Oh yeah, so they
Aw.
are. Are they scrapping, or is that just a bit of playful banter?
It's a bit of both. Like, it's what we warn the children about at school. No rough housing. It always turns serious.
Are you going to do anything about it, Steph, or are you just going to let them?
No.
Oh, I'd shut the door, Steph, because we're not going to do the show otherwise. We're just watching the cats. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh God, we're still going.
We don't have to talk about it anymore, but it's just that it's the thing that I have done most of for the last month.
Hannah Torrance Platts.
Hi.
There's
No, Platt Torrance.
whatever.
Not whatever. Get it right.
The thing that, okay, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Don't start calling you Pit Dave.
You can if you want, I don't care. I did not play the first game. There appears to be a bit of a love interest. So I've noticed my main man Arthur
Yeah.
gets called upon by a woman who writes him a letter in a nice cursive font.
Mary Linton.
Yeah, something like that.
Why is there such like detest for Mary Linton?
I can't tell you.
Right. The only bit I can say, because I haven't played the game all the way through yet, is she seems to have abandoned him at some point,
Yeah.
and he was a bit heartbroken about it.
There's history
And then all of
there.
a sudden, letters turn up
Yeah.
because her brother has got in with
Yeah.
a religious cult.
Yeah, with a weird cult. Yeah.
Yeah, and she wants
done that
Arthur. Yeah, she wants Arthur to save the brother from the cult.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like a her problem.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I think as well.
But it's one of those open world games. Like Steph, we played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the thing about Assassin's Creed Odyssey is you get to do a lot of shagging.
You should play Valhalla.
Oh, is Valhalla even more
Got
shagging?
Valhalla.
And I know Odyssey.
Have a fight.
Odyssey was like-
get drunk, shag some people.
Yeah, Odyssey.
All of the old Assassin's Creed were like that because it was Ezio Auditore just shagging his way around all of Italy.
And I like the fact.
Why
as
the
well-
Assassins brothers like grew so quickly? Just there's one in every town.
Mind you, I've got to be honest, they need to be doing a lot of shagging in ancient Greece at the rate I've been killing guards. Just to keep topping them up.
Becoming a population issue.
You know, it is, isn't it? It's like,
The depopulation of ancient Greece.
and it's literally one person with like swords on his wrists. But okay, you know, with the because in Assassin's Creed you could shag pretty much anyone, can't you? It's just like men, women, animals, doesn't really matter. You catch their eye,
Not
and it's
animals,
like
but yeah.
I don't remember shagging any animals, Dave. What expansion pack have you got?
might have been that hack that I spent many months programming. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is very much kind of, you just seem to have this Mary Linton. And I've also played Fallout 4.
I haven't played that
And
either.
that's got a weird one because you get characters coming over and talking to you and they start flirting with you. So you start flirting with them. But then you know that if you shag them, they'll just leave. So you won't shag them. But then I haven't got the nerve to tell them to go and get fucked. I don't want to
Are you
anger
talking
anyone.
about Fallout or your previous relationships before Faye?
And the thing is, I walk into like a town in Fallout 4 and all these people come out and start flirting with me.
You're
'Cause-
like, woohoo!
and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what
But
to
there's
do.
actually, yeah.
I love
Are
the
you-
fact that even in a game, Dave has social anxiety.
I don't want to like ruin these people's night by declining their advances.
I don't know why I feel guilty declining the advances of a non-playable
pixels.
character. They're pixels.
Yeah. But there isn't actually that in Red Dead, weirdly, because it's a Rockstar game. So you'd think, oh, like GTA, you would think, oh, well, they're the kind of people that would put a lot of shagging in a game. But even if you talk to the prostitutes, which I have, you don't have the option. In case they have information, guys, you can't. There's.
Do you know of any? Do you know of any dead bodies anywhere I can loot?
Have you got any
Yeah.
pocket watches?
Do you want to buy one?
Well, I've wedding
Looks like you got my
bands.
Belgian draft.
Have you come outside and look at my horse because he's massive.
Yeah, but like for a prostitute, I bet that's the line that they go, don't. If anyone asks you to go and look at their horse, they're definitely trying to kidnap you.
Yeah. Because I have rescued
the-
women that have been kidnapped on the back
That's
of
the
a horse
Western
as well.
equivalent of, hey kids, I've got some candy in the van.
Yeah. Oh, my
Yeah.
dog's just had puppies. You
Yeah,
wanna come and look at- You want to come and look at my Belgian draft horse? But I actually am like, please, because I love him. He's so beautiful.
So, are we going to get pictures of our horses and share them on
Do-
the socials?
Do you want? Yeah, I've got a few screenshots. Yeah.
You can share your screen, can't you? That's what you're saying, isn't it? That's what
No,
you said.
I'm saying. Well, I can if you want, but we can put them on the socials.
Well, let's do both. Let's share your screen. Go on. Let's see how quickly it takes you to
Right.
get them up.
I need to open Steam.
Oh, they're not that set then. It's not like your desktop wallpaper.
No, but could it be? How do I get to screenshot? Oh yeah. I want to make sure there's no spoilery ones on there in case anyone decides to play it. Oh yeah, there's a picture here of my other horse, which I haven't told you about yet.
What's your other horse?
So there's a mission, and I won't talk about it because I think it's quite a bit way on into the story. So I don't know if you've, but you have to escape from a situation on some horses that you steal from a place. And so I jumped on this horse and I was like, what the hell is this? And it's a Shire horse, but it's white. She's like white, like pure white Shire horse. So she's like massive as well. I just love massive horses. So I've got, wait, hang on. How do I make this bigger? This should be.
Excuse me. Shut up. Shut up.
Right. How do I show my screen? Present. Do I
Did
need
you hear
present? Yeah, I can hear them meowing.
Stop it. No one's come for you. No, don't carry
Does this
on.
work?
Oh yes. Hannah is
that
presenting. Oh yes, okay.
Oh, lovely.
So this is Big Jim, the brown one.
Yeah.
And the white one is my Shire horse, who's called Moon. She's the moon.
Jesus.
You are so happy with yourself with that name, aren't you? I can tell. You're like, I'm clever.
I named it after something else that's white.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So I love them. That's me there. After
Where-
Morgan.
Where's Biscuit 2?
Well, you can only have them one at a time, like, so I don't know if I can find another one that's got biscuits. Too many windows open now. Minimize you. Okay. Have I got one of biscuits on there?
You haven't got one of biscuits.
Wow.
No, I'm looking
Um,
through a lot of screenshots.
I don't think you love biscuits enough.
I found one. Okay, right, it's loading.
You'll need to share your screen again.
Yeah, hang on. I'm making it big. Okay.
She just wants a couple of minutes to admire Biscuits before we get to see it.
Share. Does that work?
Yeah, it's coming up.
He's in the rain there with a beautiful rainbow. Look at that.
Oh, it's gone black.
Oh no. Oh, let me try again.
We saw it very briefly.
Yeah.
You were just showing off there, weren't you?
I was trying to make it bigger and it went all weird.
Well, stop messing
Right.
about.
Sorry. Okay. Try this. How's that?
It's coming up. It's coming
Yeah.
up. Okay, yes. Why
Yeah.
have
Why
you...
have you called the dark horse Biscuit?
I don't know. I just wanted to call him that.
So is that Biscuit 2?
That's Biscuits too, yeah.
Okay.
So was Biscuit 1 like a biscuit colour?
No, Biscuits 1 was pretty much the same. But had a fairer mane and tail, but I've been too scared to change this one in case it's cursed.
Jesus.
I'm very well.
I do think that this should be just tell your therapist to watch this bit of the stream. just watch this bit and you'll know everything you need to know.
And I'll go, okay.
And if the therapist is watching, can you please make sure that you follow the stream on Twitch because we're trying to get our numbers
We
up.
need followers, so...
Thank you, Hannah, for your
You're
wonderful.
welcome. I was just closing that window so that my thing doesn't.
So that you don't spend the entire rest of the podcast looking at horses.
Have you noticed
Yeah.
her eyes have changed, haven't they? She's like, Dreamboat.
I don't have a lot of stuff in my life, okay? I've got my horses, and they're beautiful.
Got your pixels, yeah.
Got my horses, and they are beautiful.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. Yeah.
Moving on.
So that's why I told you it was too dangerous to ask me about it on the podcast, because I would talk about it for too long, and that's what happened.
That's fine. I've got no problems with that at all. Fucking hell, you did ramble on, didn't you?
I did
Just in the time.
warn you that would be the case. On multiple occasions, if you remember, I've said, Dave, it's too dangerous for you to ask me about Red Dead on the podcast because I'll talk for an hour about it or more. Everybody I know is sick of it because every time I see them, I'm like, hey, guess what? I got a new horse. My fourth horse is called Chiquitito, by the way.
What, after the restaurant?
No, because
No, after the ABBA song.
Chiquitito, it means tiny in Spanish because it's really small.
Why did they name a restaurant after...
That's Chiquito, and I think that's
Oh.
a name, isn't it? I think. I don't know. But
Oh.
Chiquitito means tiny.
Thank you for that.
So what's Chiquitita? Because that's an ABBA song.
That is the female ending of the word, I think. But I don't know why it's that ABBA song. Yeah.
But Meryl Streep ain't even short.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a term of endearment, like,
Okay.
hello, small.
This,
Tiny.
So no. Yeah.
There's too many cultural references in this that I don't understand.
Okay.
They
Including ABBA.
I
are
just
a
googled
Swedish
what
pop
tiny
group.
was in Spanish.
If ABBA plays and I'm not expecting it, I have a panic attack.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe your therapist, after she's
I'll
watched
be like,
this, can let
Is
me
it
know.
a CPTSD
I mean-
thing that if you hear ABBA, I'm asking for a friend.
I mean, some of their songs do start quite violently.
Yeah.
Like, they're quite brisk.
Bum,
Like-
bum, bum.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, one of their songs starts dun 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 dun, and like,
Oh yeah,
that's enough to create suspense.
yeah, but I used to listen to like thrash metal. I mean,
Yeah, but that's not suspenseful, is it? That hits you with it straight from the. That's just like, here is some stuff. Whereas ABBA's like, ooh.
Here's some
Good-
stuff, but
good
what
work.
is the stuff?
Someone has hacked into Adam's account, and he's posted in the chat as him.
Oh no. The harvest! What are you doing? What about the harvest?
It's
Shit. That's our crops failed.
Yeah. I hope you're happy with yourself.
You're happy with yourself.
it was the poetry slam on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It went really well, and it was good to do a showing the real world and all this
Did you
stuff.
slam some poetry
We
down?
slammed some poetry. However, I was reminded of something.
Did anybody do a limerick
No,
or an acrostic poem?
no.
Threatened for my talents, clearly.
You should come along to the next one, Steph. Take part.
What? And bust out an acrostic poem? Oh,
Bust-
I could see that going down.
Oh
there.
my
Bust out
god,
an acrostic.
please.
Could
We
you
should both
imagine?
go.
I don't
I'll
think
do
they'd
you
even
with the
click for
cheese.
me.
You can do an acrostic. Can we do that? That would be hilarious.
Tom Alsop, friend of the show.
Oh, was he there?
No, he wasn't. He reminded me on Twitter. He was there a couple of years back, and he got into the final. He didn't win. But he got into the final. And we have a thing where we give shit prizes.
Yeah. Classic.
He won a Barbara Cartland novel. And tying into last week's show, a Fray Bentos pie.
I haven't had a fried pie this week.
That's a great fry.
I promised myself I was going to have one, and I went to Sainsbury's.
Because you can
and bought
get
one.
back from the poetry thing like, oh, that was good. I did a poem and people liked it. Oh, I'm a bit peckish. Wait,
That's
get the lid off that pie.
you can tell she did all that training to be an actor at university, can't you?
4 years.
For that specific moment.
Oh.
Perseus reminded me, actually, the reason she got that in was because it was pre-Brexit, so she thought people might need to stock up.
Oh, on tin pie.
But oh yeah, Fray Bentos, and I totally forgot about it. And it is just brilliant and shit at the same time, isn't it? Because
Love it.
brilliant
Love it.
pastry, and then you get to the filling, and then you're questioning all your life choices.
It's probably squirrel.
Yeah.
It's that stuff where it's definitely not
it's-
steak. It's
It's
not
like
a vegetable. I don't know what it is. It's like a
It's some protein in a
Yeah.
shape, isn't it? Yeah, it's an identified protein matter.
And
Yeah.
a root.
But it's
some
a
variety.
journey that you go on with the Fray Bentos, isn't it? Because you take the lid off and you're like, oh no, because it looks disgusting, and you're like, oh, I've made a terrible mistake. Got to push through, get it in. Then you're like, oh, the pastry looks amazing. That's the best bit, and then the filling is like, is a bit more sus.
Sus.
Yeah,
bit more sus.
it is a bit sus because it's just like, ooh, what am I eating? Don't know. Don't want to know.
But I had to leave
But I love it.
the Arena Theatre at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Has Wolverhampton always been that bad at 10:15 on a Saturday night, Steph?
Yeah.
Has it
I don't
really?
even need to know what happened. Yeah.
The answer's yes.
Yeah.
It was just really strange.
Like Baghdad with better lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, some of the lighting in Baghdad is quite good.
Yeah.
But
We got
I
more sun than us.
genuinely was fearing for my safety.
Yeah. Drinks are decently priced though, so it's worth the risk.
When was the last time you went up to Wolverhampton on a night out?
On a night out, like pre-COVID. The last time I went out was over Christmas. And
Oh, no.
me and my bestie, my lifelong, well, I say lifelong, we've known each other since sixth form, so it feels like a fucking lifetime. We went to the rugby together yesterday, it was very good. But yeah, we went for brunch, like boozy brunch, and it was like a 2-hour slot, so we met at, I think we met at like 12:30, so our thing finished at 2:30, and Eleanor had got to get a train at 4. And the rule of brunch normally is that you have to finish your drink before they'll bring you another one. It stops you like binge drinking basically in a very short period of time. The woman who was serving us like understood the assignment, and no sooner had the drink touched our lips, she was going and preparing the next one.
Oh my god.
And so in a 2-hour sitting, you normally get through about like 5-6 cocktails. We got through 10.
Oh my god.
And then we got like an hour before Eleanor got to get a train, so we went into a different bar, and Eleanor went, I think I'm gonna have some water, and I went, pussy, and then had 2 tiny rebel beers, and then we stood in my kitchen about an hour and a half later, like voice noting her, going, Eleanor, there's not enough Vimto in the world to sober me up right now. Yeah, and someone had to come and rescue me and feed me chicken nuggets and send me to bed. Like, that's how bad it was.
No.
I was no, okay.
Oh
Like,
no.
yeah. They walked in my house and went, "You all right?" And my actual response was,
Oh my god.
They took one look at me and went, "Yeah, yeah, we're gonna order some food. Okay. So yeah, I actually think day drinking is far worse than like going out on a night time.
Oh,
I think it's
God,
easier
yeah.
to have more, isn't it? Because you sort of like, I don't know, there's something about it being daylight outside. You don't notice how many drinks you've had, and then you're like, oh, wait.
No, I've just stood up.
Yeah, oh no.
Ooh.
A few years back when Wolves were first in the Premier League, they had an away game at Bolton. And we went up on the coach, and a couple of us had season tickets. And then the other couple of us, me being one of them, got on the coach pretending to be other people who had got season tickets. So giving their name.
Yes.
Which I don't think you're allowed to do, but they don't really care, do they? As long as you don't kick off when you're there, they don't really mind. But it was like, okay, it's a 3:00 kickoff. Coach left about 1-ish, I think. So the sensible thing to do would
Breakfast
be
in Wetherspoons.
breakfast in Wetherspoons. We'll meet
So you got to meet at 8:30.
8:15.
8:15, right? Okay.
For a large breakfast.
Yeah, and 6 pints of beer.
Double JD and Coke all round, right?
Okay.
Then
You do a classier football journey than I do.
well, you know the beer's cheap in spoons.
Yeah.
Of course, the other thing that's cheap in spoons is the cocktails.
Spirits. Yeah.
So we all had a jug of cocktail each.
Bloody hell.
It's
And
always like a fucking.
I'll have to try and dig it out.
Cheeky Vimto.
Yeah,
Cheeky
David.
Vimto.
So, oh, God.
Or the Godfather they used to serve in Babylon, which was just the top shelf and a little bit of Coke.
Oh.
It was like Di Serrano, Jack Daniels, vodka. Like, it was dirt.
Oh, it's made my
And,
throat
like,
close up.
But everyone got a jug at the beginning of a night because you knew that was just going to set you on the right path. The right path being head down a toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a photo somewhere. I'll try and dig it out. Of me standing next to my mate Scott. We've both got like these, what are basically flower jugs. With like straws in going. Yeah, and we went all the way to Brighton, all the way to Bolton. It was really good because at the time Wolves couldn't score, and Bolton couldn't score either. So someone said to me after, "Oh,
they just like the opposite ends of two magnets, like."
Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah, it was. It was. We ended up losing 1-0.
Not the opposite sides of magnets.
No, the same
side,
sides of magnets. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up losing 1-0, and it was like a piece of individual brilliance that got the goal. But yeah, it was a strange ground, Bolton. It's very new, or it was then. So the coach parked right by the ground. We walked round the ground, and this old Bolton bloke just comes waddling over to us. He gets right in our face and just goes, "You can't get ball in the net."
Right.
Like, neither can you, mate. It's just got 0-0 written all over it. Oh, the wonders of the away fixture. You only ever go away for the thing of playing shit for 90 minutes and then skanking a goal in injury time, which means you win 1-0, so that you can stand there going, ah! It's the only reason you go to away games.
Yeah, and to sample other people's pies, etc., I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that there is a Wetherspoons Facebook page that like does like counts the amount of chips that people get on their order. I don't understand why there's not a Facebook page like devoted to football grand pies.
Yeah, you would
Well,
think
maybe
that
there
would be
already is.
like. Yeah, you would think that would be quite a popular
Yeah.
thing.
My-
Not
my-
as a person who hasn't been to a football.
My column.
I imagine.
Hasn't been to a football.
No. Oh, I think I did see Leicester once in their old ground before the fancy new one. I've not been to the
I
new
haven't
one.
been to a football sporting event.
My
I went to a
column,
football sporting event once.
my column in the Willing All Town programme was just about the food at football games. Because
Was it called like
they asked me.
IR squared? I was trying to think of a good maths joke. I couldn't do it. Carry
I wish
on.
it was actually. They asked me to write something because there was basically nothing in the programme. So you've only got 4 people at the ground. Do you want to write something? Yeah, I'll write something. But I quite openly admitted I don't know anything about football. Bro, I know about pies. I'm on that. Yeah, and used to go to different grounds, and I was in a deep, meaningful relationship with my Willing All wife, who was the woman who ran the food stand at Willing All Town.
Did she give you extra chips, Dave?
Oh, of course, and all pies and burgers were judged on what Willing All wife would do, and yeah, he was. I enjoyed it. It's if you could pay me a living wage to do that, I would quite happily do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I always go to the burger vans outside.
Yeah. In fact, we've been talking about going to see Wolves women play.
Yes, we have.
And we do need to sort that out, Steph.
Yes, we do.
And I was quite impressed with the food there, I must say.
Oh.
So, but what we're talking
I
about,
am going to watch Wolves on Saturday. Like men, Wolves, not the
Oh.
Wolves women. I am going to watch them have a result against Norwich.
A result.
A result. But yeah, genuinely, the most thing I'm excited about is the beer beforehand, the burger beforehand, and then the beer afterwards. I do like football, but I like
the event of it.
Look at
is
me,
better.
I'm definitely food orientated.
I'm very much am as well. Yeah.
Like so.
Steph, could you go onto our group chat, please?
What? Why?
Put up a post yesterday about Greg Kelly, the Conservative TV host in America.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at this because I was at the rugby. It was nice.
Yeah,
And then you
so
shouted at me.
he's put up a post about Joe Biden's cat. Now, it's very important, Steph, when you read this and you proofread it with your teacher head on,
Okay.
that obviously if it's in capital letters, he's shouting it.
So, are you asking me to read this?
Oh, yeah. And then if you just... Can we get a first impressions as you're reading it on what you think?
Okay.
He doesn't like Joe Biden's cat, is the...
Okay. So, he put a tweet yesterday saying my full statement regarding at Joe Biden and his cat. So, I'm not going to do that all the way through.
You definitely are.
That cat is in for big problems as the White House. At the White, why is the White House? Why is it like metaphorical?
I don't know.
They love
I
using
think-
quote marks for no reason, don't they? Yeah.
So yeah, that cat is in for big problems at the White House, which is no place for a cat. Besides
not?
being moody and aloof, right. Firstly, moody and aloof don't need capital letters unless the cats themselves are called moody and aloof,
Which would be great names for cats.
for a cat.
Yes.
Except when they want something. Cats are very independent.
Like, it speaks to me that just all cats who've ever met him hate him. Do you know?
I'd just like to
I'll be
point
honest, I've
out
only read 3 lines and I already hate him, and I'm not even
Yeah.
a cat. So
he's a journalist.
is he? Well,
I thought this
Well,
was a
he's a
spoof when you
TV,
put this
he's
in
a
the
TV
chat.
host.
Okay. Willow again. Why are we
That is
skeptical that
its
it's,
name. Like.
it's the cat? Well, very well, very likely with a capital L, tried to slither through the white
Slither?
fence. I ain't ever seen a cat slither. Like, so the Secret Service will have to keep a leash on it, just like they did Bill Clinton's cat, Socks. What the actual hell? Okay.
Can you see why I sent this to you, Steph? Because I could tell that you're going to explode.
I've actually read on a bit further, and I've got some points. So, did you know the leash around the neck of Socks?
Hold on, the neck with a capital T.
Yes, I'm cross. Almost killed the cat twice. Socks ran onto the elevator, and half the leash was off the elevator when the doors closed. I mean, that's just bad grammar.
Isn't that like? I couldn't believe it. It was. I thought the same. This must be.
Socks was almost strangled to death. I've prevented a similar situation from happening twice. Once a few months ago, and another on March 3rd of 2007. Like, hang on a second. Like, is that with like his own cat, or is he just going around saving cats
for
from
like
leash in
George W.
situations?
Bush's cat? Like,
I was more concerned about the fact that he was very vague about what happened a few months ago.
Yeah.
But he was absolutely precise about 3rd of March 2007.
what
which
happened on that day?
Yeah, because that's very much a kind of.
Ingrain it in his memory.
Yeah, 9/11 2001 job, isn't it? That. It's like, what the fuck
Is
went on?
Greg Kelly hanging cats from trees by leashes? Because he's giving the vibe off. Like, I reckon there's a secret message in this somewhere.
Maybe that's why some of the letters are capitalised.
Maybe. Okay, so Great Big Dog, the GBD, because we've put it in capitals again. Like Major and now this frustrates me. Champ doesn't have a capital letter. It's like he's done it.
Why don't they have these?
Well, apparently dogs are real.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Is a much better alternative.
So what you're saying is he thinks cats aren't real, and
I think he thinks cats are a figment. I think he thinks
the White House.
and the White House.
Yeah, and neither is the White House because how ridiculous would that
It's because he wants you to say it with that voice. The
White. Right.
Willow.
Okay. It's a much better alternative. Can't slip through. THRU.
He's down with the kids.
Like the drive-through.
Can't slip through the fence. Joe picked the one animal that will be excellent with a capital E at escaping. And this is still America.
This is still America.
I don't. You know what? Out of all the sentences that would have something to shout about, that would be the one, wouldn't it? It's perfectly legal to question election integrity, the vaccine, and to not like cats. Yeah, because that's what you were fighting for, man. Like freedom, independence, equal rights, and
a president who only has dogs.
Yeah. So
Trump didn't even have any pets.
They are vain and weird with a capital W, and incapable with a capital I. And then I feel like he's gone, actually, incapable's a big word, and even though I've capitalised it, let's explain it. Or unwilling of doing tricks. That's not true. Milo goes up like a meerkat when I want him to. Oh no. Oh god, then he directs it like he we've changed to direct address. Hey Joe.
Oh, okay.
Do you know him personally? It's a little bit informal. As a journalist, you should be addressing him accordingly.
Yeah.
That's a comma, so it doesn't warrant a capital letter, mate. Give Willow to Elizabeth Warren, definitely a cat lady.
She's famously has a golden Labrador that goes with her to all of her hustings.
So if anything, what I only imagine is this guy is only given 35 seconds of internet a day, and he's used it to put this stupid shit on Twitter.
I think you're giving him a bit of respect there, because I think he wrote this on his wall in his own shit.
Yeah. And get the dog back. A man has
He's got 2
issues.
dogs.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, no, you missed a line there.
Oh, okay, sorry. A man never gives his dog away. Prick. After having him for years with a capital Y, so I can only assume he's now talking about the band. Unless that man has issues in the man department. Is there a
Right.
section in Selfridges? I don't know.
I
love this. And in times like this, who knows about Joe?
What?
That
Oh,
was
insinuating that he
Well.
pretend. Oh, come on.
that was something else. I mean, he put that in public.
When was this tweeted? Because I can only assume it was in the early hours of the morning after like a coke-addled fever dream.
Because, I didn't see the exact thing of what happened with Joe Biden's animals, but isn't it he had a dog and then they got a rescue dog,
Yeah, he did.
and then the
but
rescue
one
dog
of the
didn't get on with the cat.
And there was a lot of stories where one of the dogs was having real anxiety issues because people were wearing face masks around him all the time.
Yeah.
So he'd nipped a member
Yeah.
of staff. So
Because
I
it
don't
was from a
think-
shelter, wasn't it? It was a rescue.
Yeah, I don't think they got rid of the dog. I think they moved it back to Detroit. Is he from Detroit?
Yeah,
Or
Detroit,
Denver.
isn't it?
It begins with a D. I don't know. Where he's from.
Delaware. It's one of the
Delaware.
D's.
It's one of the D's.
Yeah.
California. It'll probably end up being something like that. But yeah, I think they moved him back home rather than got rid of him. I think he's
Yeah.
still their pet. He just doesn't live at the White House because
Yeah.
they
Because
made
it
a conscious
actually is
decision
probably
as
quite
pet
stressful.
pet owners to go, this is putting an animal under unnecessary stress.
Yeah.
Whereas cats are aloof and moody.
Cats don't give a shit. So,
and will
yeah.
slip through the fence and go, fuck you, security.
But the thing is, in America, though, most cats are indoor cats, right?
Yeah.
Because, there are actual things in America that could kill a cat if it was out,
Like a mountain lion.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Really?
It's actually dangerous. Yeah, it's
Or a
actually.
school shooter. I don't know.
Yeah, people with guns are out there. So most people have indoor cats, or they have a catio outside.
I mean, and it's not that uncommon to have your cat on a leash.
Yeah,
My boys have leashes.
there's plenty of. I'm not being funny. I think there's plenty of space inside the White House for a cat to run about a bit.
Yeah. Oh, imagine the amount of litter trays you'd need, because there's no way a cat's holding it from one end of the White House to the other.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm
But
sure
what I
Joe
like
can
to
afford
think
it.
is dogs are well behaved enough that they wouldn't go in certain rooms, whereas a cat would go into the press room and sit at the podium and be like, my people are here to see me.
Yes, good, excellent. Which among you has brought the tuna?
Yes. More tuna for cats.
Policy 1, all the salmon for me.
Policy 2, you will rub my belly, but only on a Tuesday.
Only
At
when I say.
3 minutes past 2, and any other time you will be scratched to death.
And sometimes I will also scratch you then, and you won't know.
Adam, I think on Instagram, before he was sacrificed for the gods,
Obviously.
put a picture up of his legs in the bath and the cat just watching him.
Yeah.
And
they love
I
water, weirdly.
replied to him,
Cats.
you shouldn't let the cat see you naked, because what they're actually doing is planning which bit of you they will eat first should you die in front of them. Because
Do you see a spit?
your cat will happily eat your face if you die.
Yeah,
Mine
that's
tries
what
to
I'll
eat
go for
me
first.
now.
Ass and then face. Just depends on which way you're lying.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
I mean, I gotta eat.
It's like I said
yeah,
about the
that was your
people I
shit.
loot in Red Dead Redemption. Once you're gone, you don't care.
Yeah. It's dead time all the time.
The cat can have my pocket watch.
Yeah.
The cat can eat my face. I don't care.
like, let's face it, I've spent the last 3 years being hit in the head at 4 o'clock in the morning because they've decided it's breakfast. So being eaten probably is just the next logical step for them.
Actually, Hannah Torrance-Platts, isn't your cat so incredibly
That's
violent that it's probably gonna eat
Oh, he
you
tries
anyway?
to eat me now. Like, I've got bite marks on me from the other week.
Aw.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
other week?
Yeah. A few weeks ago,
A
he
few weeks ago?
decides- Yeah,
That-
he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it for a while. It used to just be when he was a kitten and he was a bastard.
That's not
He
a
grew out of
minor
it.
injury. That's...
Yeah, no, it was quite bad. The thing is, he decides like this is the place I'm gonna sleep now for like a few days, but sometimes he decides that place is on this laptop, and I'm like, but I need it because I need to use that, and so but if I try and take him off the laptop, he very much dislikes that. And
And does he
You know
make...
what you need?
Does he make his
Spray a bottle
displeasure
of
known?
water.
he would just go for me is the thing. The only way to stop him doing it, like he clamped onto my hand, and what I have to do is like pretend that I'm a big lion, and I like push down on him like with a big paw, and then he lets go. That's the only way to make him let go. He's quite violent. Yeah,
Get a spray bottle of water.
he doesn't really care.
Oh, mine do.
Mm.
We have to bring it out during
He gets
the month
this
of
like
December
tunnel vision. Yeah. Oh, because of the tree.
because of the tree. But what made me giggle was this year when I got the bottle out, Jasper obviously had some like PTSD over it
Oh no.
because I'd only got to punt it and he'd squint.
Oh no, like he was getting ready for it.
And so obviously I never had to
Actually
like,
do it.
do it to Jasper because Jasper remembered and
He
was
was like-
like, I'm out of here. So like he'd see like a little cloud of dust where he'd like pinged off into the hallway. Milo, unfortunately, is a pea head and there's not a single
Can't
brain cell in
remember.
there going
Yeah.
working for him. So I would get the
Oh my
bottle
god,
out,
Milo's a jorts.
and Milo would sit there and be like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I'd spray him a couple of times, and he'd be like, "It seems to be raining in here." And then he'd get it. But this is the cat that chews on like electric like lights.
Yeah, cables and stuff.
Yeah, because he has no preservation for life.
Mm.
He also chews plastic bags.
Oh, Tormund loves chewing
He
plastic,
loves a
yeah.
plastic bag.
But he does it on purpose when it's like you haven't fed him quick enough. Like
no,
if he's
he
like,
just-
oh,
yeah.
excuse me, I would like my food. And if you don't do it immediately, he'll like, he knows that if he starts eating plastic, I'm like, no, what are you doing? Don't eat that, you'll die. And so like me trying to stop him dying
Yeah.
is he uses that now as a thing to make me do what he wants.
No, Milo got stuck behind a glass door for an hour the other night.
For an hour.
Yeah, he sat there and howled. And honestly, I was so sick of his shit, I just turned the TV up.
Honestly, have you seen this thing that was on Reddit about Jorts the cat?
No.
It's Milo. It's him. You have to. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's this thing. It was like an "Am I the arsehole" thing, you know, where people put like stories on Reddit. And it was this person who works in an office where they've got 2 office cats called Jorts and Jean. And Jorts is like this big dumb orange guy who just he he hasn't worked out how to get through doors. Like even if they're open, he just pushes them and they close, and then he shouts to be rescued. And that the other cat is called Jean, and she's always having to like groom him because he doesn't do it right, and she's always having to open the door to let him out of places because he keeps getting shut in a closet. There's a whole thing.
Jean is his carer.
Yeah, I'll find it and send it to you because it's hilarious. It's really good.
You know, he said
just-
you
it's just
catch
stupid.
choose through electrical cables.
Yeah.
Had an incident at a site I work at where the electric gate stopped working. And there's a thing about electric gates. I don't know why people keep having electric gates, but
They look
electric gates.
fancy.
And they tried to find out why isn't it working? And then when they found it out, it was a toasted rat
Oh no!
who had kind of gone, oh, what's this?
Why do they do that? Like, my friend's rabbit is always trying to chew cables, and you have to keep like.
But you say that.
I
I
looked
mean,
after it for a week while they were on holiday, and I was just sitting on my laptop like working, and then I realised it was chewing through the cable. I was like, no, not when they're on holiday. Don't electrocute yourself.
you see that didn't happen this week. What happened last week? So the rat thing happened a few months back. What happened this week was like rats biting through cables. You can understand that. They're quite small. Their brains are quite small. It probably just looks like a big worm to them, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Because rats are famous for eating worms, yeah?
Yeah, whatever. Them rats, they're probably, I don't know. Thought it was summer. Anyway.
G-string.
Yeah. The reason the gates didn't work, they had some builders in who basically went, oh, there's a box over there with electrical stuff in, and there's a gate there, so the cable must go there, so we'll dig our hole here.
What?
And just went straight through the cable.
Oh God!
All of a toque.
How do you even fix that? You have to completely replace the whole thing.
Pretty much.
No.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
But I've seen like builders come in and do windows, and the builders admitted that they literally went, oh, there's some trunk in there. Sawed through it and then went, do you think we should have sawed through that? And it was the fibre optic link between the two buildings.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's this act first, ask questions later thinking that has got this country into this mess.
You know what? That's Milo.
That's mine.
Yeah,
Milo's an act first and then just kind of sit there and go, what the hell happened?
Oh no.
Yeah.
How did I get in this bin?
He sat there this morning while I was drying my hair, just doing this on the mirror.
Tormund does that.
Because he could see me in the mirror, but didn't realise that I was stood behind him.
Tormund does it to his own reflection. If he ever can see his own reflection, he's like, who are you? Fuck off. Who's this guy? Get out of here. I hate you. And I'm like, that's you. I'm trying to say to him, like, look, you're the same. And he's like,
No.
trying to get that. I call him that bastard cat that lives in the mirror. That is like, he's always trying to get him and he never can.
Milo's never really understood mirrors. Jasper completely understands them. After the one time he walked past one and he went, oh no, it's me, it's cool. And that's it. He's never had a problem with mirrors. Like he proper, you know when they go like that?
Yeah.
Went,
Yeah.
I know, it's me. It's cool. It's cool. Then he kind of looked at me like he'd saved me.
Yeah, like, you're cool. Don't worry, I've got it. I sorted
Welcome.
Got it. I feel like that's the difference between them, is that Jasper like learns a lesson and Milo never learns a lesson.
Yeah, Jasper does. I also like just offering things to Jasper to smell that I know he's not going to like, because he goes, that's the best thing ever. If I ever, like, next time I get him to smell Fanta, because he doesn't like the smell of Fanta, like, I'll film it. Because he's probably like,
do.
So it doesn't like the smell of Fanta. It doesn't like the smell of Fanta.
He doesn't like onions, obviously.
I was about to say pickled onions.
Well, I don't keep pickled onions in the house. And stupidly,
What?
he really I just don't. He
What?
really likes pickled onion Monster Munch, so I don't think pickled onions will be a problem.
You don't keep pickled onions in the house.
I don't tend to eat them. I tell a lie. I think I've got a jar of silver skins.
I ate one of Adam's family's so-called psycho onions.
Oh, the ring stingers.
Yeah. I ate one and I didn't cry.
Well done, yeah. And I call them ring stingers because my auntie and uncle make chili jam and pickled onions, and the label actually says ring stinger.
This one, the label actually says psycho onions.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Psycho onions. It's a shame.
I drank a lot of milk afterwards.
It's a shame.
But I didn't cry.
It's a shame we had to get rid of him for the crop.
It's a
Because
shame.
I'd quite happily try one of those psycho
I'd
onions.
try a psycho onion.
Oh, we should do it on stream. How can we make this happen?
We can
We
make
can
this
all
happen
eat the
one way or
psycho
another.
onions at the same time. Let's see who cries first. Not me.
Shall we leave it there on that note? On that note, a smug Hannah Platts Torrance Platts. I can defeat you if we eat the psycho onions.
I feel like psycho
I've
onions
been
should be
learning
named
the ways
Karen
of the
onions.
onion. They what?
I think psycho onions should be renamed Karen onions.
Yeah, they're pretty spicy.
They're pretty spicy.
They're spicy little Karens.
It's just they don't have the ability to call the police on you for no reason.
They cannot ask to see the manager.
Yeah.
Faye was in Forbidden Planet in Wolverhampton, the new Forbidden Planet.
Yes.
And she said this woman came in carrying 2 of those large Funko Pops
Oh my gosh.
and went up to the counter and went, "Can I speak to the manager, please?"
Of course
Oh
you can't.
no.
And Fee said you could tell everyone was like, "Karen."
Wow, wow, wow.
Manager comes out. Karen goes, "We got him. So there you go." And then Fee said she saw the earpiece and it was an undercover copper. And they'd caught someone who nicked him out the shop, done a run out, and they fucking chased him down and got him.
Oh,
Fee was like,
Karen.
everyone thought it was a Karen and it wasn't. It was an undercover copper pretending to be a
Oh.
Karen.
Thought they were gonna say like, "Oh, I bought this for my son, and one of them's got one less eyelash or something."
No, you see,
No.
that'll
Good Karens somewhere.
that'll stop you prejudging people. You
won't.
fascist.
All right, Dave. Hell.
It's not the first time I've been called a fascist this year. That's weird. The other time I got called a fascist was because I didn't cry at Schindler's List.
Was it the first time you watched Schindler's List?
Yeah.
You didn't cry at Schindler's List the first time you
if
watched
you're not
it.
if you're not a crier, then
Oh, I am. Like
oh,
we'd previously watched like what did I really fucking sob at? Freedom Writers. Like, that hit so close to home. It's about a teacher who like has this really like, underprivileged class and no one really takes them seriously, and she's an English teacher and she gives them all journals and they like write poetry and raps and like stuff about their life, and it's beautiful, and then they all get together and they write and they invite someone involved in the Holocaust. I can't remember who it is, but they invite her to come and like do like public speaking at the thing, and they raise money. It's beautiful.
And they try to get it published, and then the person who's publishing it says, "Oh no, can't do this. You've got a spelling mistake."
No, that didn't happen.
Oh right.
But yeah, so
It's not,
and like
it's not
all
a true
based-
story then.
It is based on a true story. And it was brilliant, and I sobbed like periodically throughout the film. And then we watched Schindler's List, and I didn't bust a tear. Therefore, the only logical explanation is because I am a Nazi sympathiser.
yeah, no.
I wouldn't say that was the only.
But yeah, since then I have been labelled as a fascist. Cry at Schindler's List.
I
said it was very sad. I felt very sympathetic for the Jewish community.
You can feel
didn't
emotions
cry.
without crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kids writing stories. I've got to
But you know, that's
I can't believe you didn't cry at Schindler's List. First,
it's very sad.
did you check
In fact-
your pulse?
I did, and I'll be honest. After about like 2 hours in, I was done.
Oh yeah, it's such a grind.
It's a long time since I've
I
watched
could have gone to
but-
bed.
Hmm.
I was like, I know how it ends. Like,
Not very well.
not
Yeah.
no, yeah, it doesn't end well, but like you
Yeah.
know, we all
Yeah.
it's true, so we all know how. I know.
Yeah, it's like Titanic though, isn't it? You know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
I know what's
That
gonna
thing's
happen.
sinking. Yeah.
Now, that was
Right.
a grind.
It's not. It's not like it's like the Lion King. It don't matter how many times I watch it, he ain't gonna wake up
He's always gonna.
Did you cry at the Lion King?
all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it.
And then you knock Hannah Torrance Platts for having an emotional connection to pixels.
Right.
And you had an emotional connection to literally lines.
And it was my
Yeah,
fault
but hang
that
on a
Biscuits
second.
died. It wasn't your fault that Mufasa died.
Yeah, but like, hang on a second, Hannah. Can you feel the love tonight? Simba leaning slightly forward, Leo DiCaprio hair. Tell me you didn't find that lion sexy.
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not denying it.
Everyone had that's why
Like
I had an
Fox Robin
emotional
Hood.
connection to the lion. When Nala's giving him those come to bed eyes, so was I.
Yeah, she's beautiful. That lion's got eyeliner on, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm not made of stone.
And on that note,
Sometimes do you forget that we're on a podcast?
yeah, sometimes I forget.
I think that is the point to leave it there, isn't it? Not made of stone.
He is one sexy
Not made of
animated lion.
We'll leave it there. We're back
Okay.
again next week. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us, everyone.
We're down to 2.
Yes.
Just like,
Who will be sacrificed?
we're doing
This
this
week.
for your good, listeners. We are doing this for your harvest.
Like
Okay.
essentially, we're just Hunger Gamesing it out until
Yeah.
one of us is left with the password.
Who will it be?
Probably Dave, because if I know anything about your passwords, none of us will remember it.
I have shown people my passwords. I've just kind of gone, that's my password for Spotify,
Yeah.
and they've gone, I can't. Because
I'm gonna get that wrong even if I copy and paste it.
Yeah. Even
That's
if
how
you
come-
Oh, you do those passphrase things where it's the first letter of a sentence or something.
No, you know when like iPhone asks you whether you want
Do
to
you want a
generate
strong password?
Yeah.
a strong password, then it's just like a series of letters or
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
and letters,
Dave
numbers.
designed that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel sick. I literally have to change my password pretty much every time I log into anything because I can't remember any passwords ever.
Yeah. My work email is just forgot your password. Forgot your
Yeah.
password.
I cannot hang on to them at all. I just have to change it every time.
And nothing's worse than them going when you're like, I'm just going to have to change the password. Password cannot be original password. And then you go back in and try and log in with the password.
Yeah,
that you now
but it
think
won't
is,
let
and
you
it's not
now.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Like you can't use a password you've used before, and you're like, how is that?
Yeah.
Hannah
I
Platts.
see problems with Hannah and Steph.
Da-da-da-da.
Hannah Platts, Torrance Platts. Are you on like Biscuits 25 now for your password?
No. There's only 2 biscuits, Dave.
Biscuits 2 will never die.
Yeah. Biscuits 2 forever.
Biscuit
Yeah.
1, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And the
And then,
eye.
like, the little like dash thing and a 3, like a heart.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. We'll leave it there. Say goodbye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye,
See you next
everyone.
week.
Goodbye,
See how many see you
everyone.
next